All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here with a little bit of watch fun on a Saturday. Now, guys, before we get into the video, I want to talk to you guys about the watch stand in the background. That was made and sent in by a viewer by the name of Chris Walls. Chris has sent this in to give away at my 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Also, all four of the watches on the rack are going to be given away at that giveaway also. So, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the little button down there and ring the bell so that you know when I'm going to have that giveaway if you want to get in on the watches. So, really cool. Thank you, Chris, for sending this in to the channel. So guys, today I'm going to take a look at a watch. Now, this isn't the first time, this isn't a first buy for me. I've had this watch before. As a matter of fact, I bought it for a friend once. This is my original one that I have. I actually bought this watch probably 5 years ago. And right now the battery's actually dead, so I need to put a new battery in it. But been a good watch. I've changed the battery a couple of times in it. You can see the case isn't really scratched up or anything like that. But I went and picked up a new one because I was at Big Five today. If you guys aren't familiar with Big Five, it's a sporting goods chain out here in California. I'm not sure if it's just California, if they're all over the place, but love the sales they have. And I found another Commando watch on sale for the $19, basically 20 bucks. They say the regular price on these is like $70, and I'm sure they don't sell a whole lot of them at that price, but it's a pretty cool little watch, guys. Actually, the one I bought it kind of in this transitional phase. I was actually kind of mad at automatic watches because my Omega Seamaster that I'd had for probably a decade had taken a dump on me due to my lack of servicing, basically, and using the watch for doing everything from running, chainsaw, chopping wood, whatever it was, which I shouldn't have been doing. But I picked one of these up. It was actually this one that I showed you guys before on the NATO strap. And I kind of fell in love with the watch. I love the simplicity of it. The big dial was obviously very easy to read, very legible, and it was a quartz movement. I'll go ahead and get that pushed in so you guys can see that. Has a date function on it. Now it's 30 meters water resistance, you guys can see down there. So, not really water resistant, but I'll be honest with you, this one has seen a whole lot of pool time. I basically was wearing this watch all the time swimming for a summer and never had a problem with it. Never fogged up, never did anything like that. As a matter of fact, it was interesting because at the time, I would even take it skiing, so it didn't have any problem with the altitude, no fogging up of the lens and whatnot. So really a pretty cool watch. This is the Smith & Wesson. They call it the Commando model. It's an all blacked out version, as you guys can see. Clean, legible, field style dial. You have the 1 through 12 in the irregular indices there, and then you have the 24-hour dial in the middle. Branded Smith & Wesson there just below 12 o'clock. So kind of a cool, thing. You guys, we mostly think of Smith & Wesson with firearms. They have kind of branched out and branded everything from camping to pocket knives to now even watches. And they have quite a few different models, to be honest with you guys, at the store. So you have a date function over there at the 3 o'clock. Maybe would we even say it's an Explorer-esque style dial with the 12, the 3, the 6, and 9? I don't know. No, that'd be going way too far. But one of the really cool things that I also remember about this watch is at the time, or not too long after I picked this watch up, I actually started getting into automatics again. And my first one was the Mako XL. And what was funny was this strap, this rubber silicone style strap, actually fit the case of the Mako XL like perfectly. And it was a really, really comfortable strap. So under here, I didn't even see this. So we've got, oh, there's going to be instructions, simple instruction manuals. I'm sure we don't, we wouldn't call this a manual. Instruction paper. So the crown setting positions, as you guys can see. And surprisingly, I'm going to get this on the wrist here in a minute, but surprisingly, guys, these watches have pretty good Loom on them. I love the hand set. I mean, obviously, you have that almost Mercedes-style hand up there for the hour hand. Clean, simple stick hand there. And, it's a quartz movement. I really, really wish that the hands were longer on the watch. That would be definitely a bonus. But I'm sure it's a really low torque, quartz movement. So I'm sure having bigger hands on there would just wear out the battery quicker. Looking at the case back on the watch, not even really sure, branded Japan movement. So it's probably most likely like a Miyota, probably very similar to what's in the, the Casio MDV 106. Stainless steel back, Smith & Wesson. And it's got the reference number there on the back also. The plastic is still on there. But yeah, the case, this coating, I'm not sure. I would assume it's just painted, is actually pretty resilient. And, I showed you my other one. And this one really after a number, well, yeah, it's got chips and little marks in it. But, for a $19 watch, who really cares? So I really need to get a battery put back in this one. So Pretty cool. So I'm probably going to end up giving this to a friend of mine that I noticed his watch broke and he hasn't been wearing a watch very often lately. So I'll probably just give him this watch. But pretty cool watch. Let's go ahead and pause it and get this watch on my wrist. All right, so here's the watch on my 7-inch wrist. Now, getting into the specifications, you have a 44 millimeter case. That's not including these crown guards on the watch. Big crown on the watch, by the way. You've got 52 lug to lug, so it's a big watch, but it comes in at 12.7 millimeters of thickness, so not too thick. It is a 22 millimeter lug opening if you do decide to, stick it on a NATO strap. I have to tell you though, the strap that's on the watch is really extremely comfortable. One of the things I actually always loved about the watch, the blacked out, material here. So the watch is a good looking piece. Obviously, this is going to be either plastic or probably very inexpensive mineral glass there. But let me go ahead and dim the lights and let's surprise you guys with the Loom that this watch actually has on it. All right, so you guys can see I already hit it with the light. Let's go ahead and hit it again. But it's actually pretty impressive for a $20 watch. I mean, you can really, if you go in from really bright, outside, it's amazing how much this watch actually glows. I brought it in from outside just a few minutes ago, and I was like, wow, look at that thing glow. So it's pretty impressive, for the Smith & Wesson. Guys, I promise you pretty soon I'm going to bring back the Bat Cave Loom shot. Of course, I'm coming into winter here if it ever turns into winter in California. But look at that. That's pretty good. I've been talking, just seeing if it's going to fade out, but it's not really fading out much. So pretty good Loom for the $19 Commando from Smith & Wesson. I got this at Big 5 out here in California. So, all right, guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you know about the giveaway for the 10,000 subscribers. And thanks for tuning in. All right, guys. Bye.